haven't the faintest idea what this video is going to look like, but here we are. We are going down to my local river to do some paddle boarding, which I have not done in a pretty long time. So this will be a little bit of an adventure. I'm bringing my mini Plein Air kit, which consists of Olinda's little palette, a paintbrush, and a little thing for water. And that's it as far as all of that goes. I'm not planning on spending too much time painting because I really just want to enjoy the river. But I couldn't not bring something to draw on, so I'm hoping that it will be really pretty. The sun hasn't quite come up yet. It's still a little foggy. The river may be kind of foggy as well, so we will see how that all turns out. But happy to bring you guys along. So the last time that I was on this paddleboard, a freaking mullet, which is like a little, not so little, silverfish, like jumped up out of the water and landed on my paddleboard, but not only on my paddleboard, in between my legs, and was just like flopping around. And oh my God, I was just screaming. My boyfriend said I went into extended screaming. I just couldn't get rid of it. And yeah, please don't let that happen today. There's one jumping around, literally is coming at me. Oh my God, this guy. I wish I could have gotten that on video. I'm gonna turn it around so you guys can see it, because they're jumping around all over the place. There's some really pretty houses here. So here's my little Plein Air kit, or I guess like a water situation. It's a little waterproof phone case, but it is too small to fit any modern phone. So I've adopted it for this. So I've got some watercolor paper. I've got my little palette. And usually I would bring a water brush, but this time I decided to bring like an actual brush because I felt like I was having a little trouble controlling the water with the water brush. So this is a little travel brush. I just brought one with me. Hopefully this will cover all my needs. And I think I'm gonna paint those little trees and that little like outcrop of like little rocks. Probably should have brought a spare brush just in case, but I did not, so gotta hold on to this one. I'm gonna have to move fairly quickly for this because I am constantly moving. The water is like so still. Which means everything that you see on the top of the water, you see reflected below. And also my view is constantly changing. Oh my god. I don't know what that was, but it was big. That was the first little painting that I made. Is it perfect? No. But still cute. Give that a second to dry. Let's go look for a new spot. Wouldn't you know it, as soon as I stopped filming, a mullet almost jumped on my paddleboard again. I swear those things are trying to give me a freaking heart attack. This is gonna be scene number 2. Thinks there's a bald eagle in the tree up ahead. Found myself a little shady spot for a snack. Got 2 options. Got this overgrown viney area over here. I think that'd probably be better. Maybe that eagle will come back. Also, it is starting to get warm. It like smells so good right here. I don't know if you guys can see the light like on there or hear me over the cicadas. Let's have a snack. Brought some apple, some peppers. My son calls these snacking peppers. They're really good. About to get into the tree. Hold on. I do actually have an anchor that I could have brought with me, but honestly, it'd probably just get stuck. I just saw it fly by again. Should have downloaded the Merlin app. I saw a video the other day that was like saying that the bald eagle call is usually dubbed over by a different eagle. I guess because it's not aesthetic enough or something crazy like that. I thought that was kind of weird and interesting. Can y'all see the moon? It's like very faint right down here. Somewhere right there. I'll check back in if I see that bird again. Also, very happy to report that I have not seen a single snake. Hopefully it stays that way. It's getting pretty hot, so I'll probably eat my lunch and start heading back. But this is my other little painting. Thought it came out pretty cute. It was really hard to capture some of these colors. They're like very, I don't know, muted, muddy. I think I do need to adjust my colors a little bit in my palette. I really feel like I'm having trouble getting a good dark color. Not sure if I'll swap out one of the colors for like a Payne's Gray or a black or something. But yeah, I just feel like I'm having trouble getting a really dark. I think the problem may be the blue that I have. It's not ultramarine, it's something else. So, in a surprise to literally no one, my phone died during my paddle trip. So the last little bit, couldn't get it on video, but it was basically just me paddling back with the sun in my face. I definitely learned some things on this trip. Some things that I wish I had brought with me. I think as far as like actual supplies, some sunglasses would have probably been smart. And maybe like a phone charger or a battery pack or something like that. Probably would have been a smart idea too. As far as art supplies go, I think that this was a pretty good setup. I do wish that I had brought a pencil with me. I didn't think that I had any pencils that would actually fit in the case, but turns out I did. This one fits in there perfectly, so I might keep that one in there since it's gotten pretty short. I also think that maybe like another brush would have been nice, but I actually don't have any more brushes like this that would be in the shape that I would want, which is like a round, pointed brush. But this one did pretty good considering, and because it's a little bit bigger, I feel like I wasn't getting too like caught up in the details. So colors wise, I really do think that I probably need to swap something out in here. Probably this one. This is a watercolor. It's a Schmincke watercolor. It's a really pretty color, but it's very transparent and a little bit kind of soft, or I don't want to say weak, but in a way kind of weak compared to the like super saturated gouache. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I'll swap this one out for like a sap green or something like that. And then this one for like ultramarine. But all the other colors I think are working pretty good in here. This little water cup, which is not a water cup at all, I think this is for putting on like chair legs. But this thing worked out great because it just kind of smushes down in here. So I will definitely keep that. I did really enjoy having an actual brush instead of a water brush. I just felt like I really was having a lot of trouble getting the like amount of water that I needed onto the paper, as well as just controlling the amount of water that was coming out when I needed it to. So having an actual brush did help quite a bit with that. And this is what I ended up with as far as paintings go. The first little scene was just some big slabs of rock and some trees. I really like the reflections that I was getting down underneath, although I don't think I did that great of a job like capturing them really, but it was fun to try. And I wish I had gotten a little bit more of the vegetation, like more details in the vegetation. There were a lot of like palmettos and things like that. But for like a little quick wash sketch, you know, painting, I think it came out pretty good. The next one, I went more for like a wet on wet like start to it, and then kind of tried to define the details a little bit as I went along. I think that this one came out pretty cool. There was this like beautiful light kind of coming through the tree that I feel like I kind of got, but I think choosing the Naples yellow here was kind of a mistake because it's pretty dull. And then this yellow is kind of green. I wish it would have been a little bit warmer because the light that was coming through was pretty warm, you know, kind of morning light. But I do like the kind of misty kind of feel that it ended up with. So I definitely think I will try to kind of replicate that or attempt it again. For the last painting, I did this tree that was kind of laying in the water. It had some really like interesting lighting. The water in the river is pretty kind of murky and brown, but the light that was shining through it was making it this like really beautiful kind of warm yellowy red. So I was really trying to kind of capture that. And then also the sky was being reflected, so there was a lot of kind of contrasted, you know, bright white blue with the like orangey yellow. And I thought it was really pretty. I feel like it was pretty tough to capture like the full effect, but I think I at least got kind of a hint of it. I wasn't really sure how much of the like background to do on this one. There were a couple little like houses and things back here, and I considered like putting them in, but in the end I decided just to kind of focus on the like trees and vines and things like that. And I think I like it that way. I feel like it would be a good spot to try to like capture again, but I do like this one. I really liked this little spot right here because it was like orange and yellow right there, and then there was like a little real bright kind of white blue just underneath that branch where it wasn't quite touching the water. So yeah, I think it turned out pretty good considering that I'm a little bit new at this and I was facing some unexpected challenges of the paddleboard constantly moving and boats going by, and also just being scared the mullet was going to jump out at any moment. So really fun trip. Really glad that I ended up going and doing that. I had been wanting to go paddleboarding, but my pump had broken and it was just a matter of biting the bullet and buying a new pump. And I'm just so glad I did. and I think that this will be kind of a regular occurrence. So if you liked seeing my paddleboarding trip, I will probably make some more videos. So subscribe if you haven't already, and like this video and share it if you think there's somebody that would appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on my next adventure.